During the premiere of his new show, House Calls with Dr. Phil, Dr. Phil is traveling across the country to visit families in need of his help, including a family right here in Utah. The legendary talk show host is here to tell us all about this new show. Dr. Phil, thank you for joining us.
Well, David, thanks for having me. And you're exactly right. Our first episode, our premiere episode, happened right there in Salt Lake, actually Syracuse, a suburb. So we're very excited about that.
We're excited to have you. I mean, you've been doing your show for almost 20 years now. You're a seasoned veteran. You've seen it all. You've done it all. Now, we usually catch you in the studio. Now we're going to be catching you outside, going to house calls and everything. What's the difference between being in the studio and going to someone's home? What's the difference there?
Well, David, it's a terrific difference for me because I get the opportunity, number one, to see these people in their natural habitat and environment. It's so important because that's where the drama happens, where all the triggers are that set things in motion for these families. And I get to spend multiple days with these people instead of just 1 hour. And they think they're kind of auditioning for a talk show about families and family problems. So we do have cameras in their home before I ever get there, and there's two interesting things to set this up. Number one, only one person in the family knows I'm coming. The rest of the family is, well, to say they're shocked when I walk through the door would be an understatement.
Sure.
They're very shocked to look up and see Dr. Phil standing in their kitchen.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, you can imagine the look on their faces. And those cameras that we have in there, when that red light goes off and the crew walks away,
right,
those cameras don't stop rolling. They keep rolling because I want to see what they say, what they do, how they act, how they interact when they don't think anybody's watching, anybody's listening, because that's when you get to see the real deal.
Now, in this first episode, a Utah family's featured. Can you tell me a little bit about their story and how that all went for you?
It's almost unbelievable. We have a teenage girl that at 14, 15 years old, got in an argument with her father, said, "I'll never speak to you again." And for 5 years, living under the same roof, has not spoken to, been in the same room with her father. Now you think, how in the world could that happen? Well, I found out how it could happen. Mom is an enabler. Every time dad pulls in the driveway, she turns to the daughter and says, "Here he comes." And up the stairs she runs, locks the door, and won't come out while he's there. Had a private Christmas, private birthdays, all enabled by this mother. And they've had everybody in the world come to try to get her out of there, psychiatrists, psychologists, etc. And it's my job to break this logjam and get them back together.
Wow, you really have seen it all. What did you like most about filming in Utah? You were here for a short while. What do you think?
Well, I've been there many times, and this was no different. First, I love the people, and you can't look left, right, up, down, that it's not just the most beautiful scenery, the cleanest air of anywhere I've ever been in my life. I can't believe that is a real place.
Well, we appreciate you coming, and you're welcome back anytime. You're part of the family. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for being on. You can catch Dr. Phil's show, a new series tomorrow night at 7 o'clock right here on CBS. Thank you, Dr. Phil. We really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, David.